As we proceed on our CSS journey that we just got started, we shall today be focusing on CSS selectors. Remember, we said that a CSS rule set is composed of a selector and a declaration or a declaration block. Selector itself is used for picking the elements we wish to style, while the declaration block executes the styling on the element that has been picked. All right, here is our usual very basic web page with just a heading, one heading and one paragraph. Let's make this in multiples, by which I mean let's get more than one heading and more than one paragraph. Trending, call this trending news, and a paragraph of, let's say, 75 words. Okay, refresh our web page. Let's get yet another heading and paragraph, H1 of capitalists independence, and a paragraph of, let's say, 50 words. Refresh our web page, and there we go. We're going to style these headlines and paragraphs using CSS selector and the declaration block. All right, let's start with the H1. The H1 selector. We give it a font size of 75 pixels. If we go back to our home page, refresh, the H1s are now all 75 pixels. I think it's too big. Let's take it down to 55 pixels. Refresh, and now 55 pixels. Next, style the paragraph selector, opening and closing braces. Give them a font size of 30 pixels. Paragraph is now 30 pixels, too big. Let us take it down to 20 pixels. Paragraphs are now 20 pixels. You know what? Let's make it 15 pixels. No, 20 pixels is too small. 18 pixels. Let's do 20 pixels, guys. Okay, these are headline of 55 pixels and our paragraphs of. Notice when we style the H1, it affects all the heading tags. And when we style the paragraph, it affects all paragraphs on our HTML document. Let's proceed to give the heading a color of red. To refresh, all headings take a color of red. Let's go now and give our paragraph a color of blue. Refresh. Now, how do we proceed if we want just the first heading to be red and want other headings to be? What do we do? This is where the idea of class selectors comes into play. Here we are, all the headings have the same color of red, all the paragraphs have the same color of blue. In order to give them separate colors, distinguishing one heading from the other, that is where the idea of class attribute styling comes into place. We'll go back to our code and introduce a class attribute for the H1, give it a class of heading 1. Let's give the next heading a class of heading 2. Let's go style them. Over to the styling section of our document. Remember from the lesson notes and what we discussed, a class is accessed using the dot or a full stop before the class name. So a dot or a period before the class name, then the opening braces. In the case of normal elements, the tag name, which is H1 in this case, or P, is used as the selectors. But for classes, the selectors is a dot for the class name. Alright, let's give the heading 1 a font size of 100 pixels and a color of Dodger blue. Let's go and see what happens. Refresh. That's the font size of 100 pixels for the first heading. It is now bigger than the rest of the headings, and the color is different. It's now Dodger blue. So all because we gave it its own class, gave it its own class of heading 1. All right, let's reduce the font size back to, in fact, if we remove the font size, it will go back to it the same font size with these guys, because we did not change or alter the font size within the class selector. How about the heading 2? Can we give it its own color? And let's see, heading 2, let's give it opening and closing braces, a color of purple. Go back, refresh our web page. That's the color of purple. Let's give it a color, you know what, let's give it a color of green. Refresh, that's a greenish color. So this last heading retains the color red for the H1 tag because we do not specify any class for it. It's default to the H1 selector, not the class selector. Over to our paragraphs. Let's assume we want to increase the font size of this middle paragraph. We go and give the middle paragraph, which is the second paragraph, a class name of para_2. You can name it anything, or you can spell the paragraph in full. Let's just call it para2. Just take note of whatever name you give to the class. Whatever class name there is, that is what you use in styling. But first, precede it with a dot para2. Let's give the font size of 30 pixels. Go to our web page, refresh, and see what happens. It is now bigger than the rest of them. Let's change this color. Let's now change the color of the para2. Give it a color of refresh. It is now having a color of orange, different from the rest. See, we can also give it a border, 2 pixels, navy, 2 pixels solid navy color. Refresh. It's not having its own border. Whatever element you give a particular class, you can, on the basis of that class, give that element its own styling. Just the way we gave this H1, this first heading, its own style, this second heading, its own style, and this middle paragraph, its own style. That is just how class selectors works. It's as simple as that. Alright? So wherever you put this class, it will take that same declaration. For instance, this third paragraph, let's put the class, that same class, this para2 class, and see what happens. Before refreshing, take note, the color is blue and there is no border. But right now, we've given it the same class as the para2. Let's refresh and see what happens. You see, they now have the same font color, the same font size, and the same border. It's as simple as that. So elements with the same class name share the same properties because the same declaration affects them. I hope that is clear. Should you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm right here for you, okay?